Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are sinking our teeth into a really strategic pivot from a company you probably already know for voice cloning, ElevenLabs.
That's right.
They haven't just, added a new feature. They've basically turned themselves into this huge aggregator for AI video and image models.
And that's our mission today, really, to break down what this aggregator model actually means for you, the creator. We're going to look past the announcement and get into the features, the workflow, and most importantly, the business model behind it.
Yeah, and the timing here is it's crucial. This whole thing with models like Sora 2 Pro, Google's VO 3.1, it launched right after all the big tech companies dropped their own video AI models back in November.
So instead of competing, they decided to just wrap them all up.
Exactly. Build the ultimate wrapper around everyone else's tech.
And look, the immediate appeal of that wrapper is huge. I mean, we're talking access to 14 video models right at launch. That's just unprecedented.
So a creator could be working on a project and just switch models on the fly.
Yep. You could use, say, Sora 2 Pro for a really complex story scene, and then just flip over to VO 3.1 if you need some photorealistic 4K shot.
That is compelling. And the sources say the workflow integration is genuinely smooth.
Oh, it is. You can do the entire content creation process without ever leaving their platform. Generate a video, send it to their studio, add an ElevenLabs voiceover.
And the new 11 music, right?
Right, compose background music, add automatic captions. It's all there.
And they've also added these value-add tools on top of it all.
Yeah, and this is where the integration really shines because these enhancement tools work across all the video models. It doesn't matter who made them.
Okay, so let's unpack that for a second. The sources talk about things like Topaz, OmniHuman, VLipSync. What are those actually doing for the user?
Well, think of it like an instant post-production pass. Topaz is for upscaling, making the resolution better. And VLipSync, that automatically maps the audio you generated to the video so the mouth movements actually match the dialogue.
So it's basically a cleanup crew for the raw AI output.
Exactly. They're layering these specialized, really critical functions on top.
But this brings us to the main pivot point. ElevenLabs didn't train any of these models.
Not a single one. They licensed API access from OpenAI, from Google, from everyone. They're the middleman.
Which means you're dependent on them, right? When Sora gets an update, you have to wait for ElevenLabs to integrate it.
That's the dependency. And more importantly, it brings us straight to how you pay for all this convenience. It all uses their existing credit system.
Right. So we know the creator plan is, what, $22 for 100,000 credits.
Right.
But the real critique from the sources is the opacity around the video costs.
This is what's so fascinating. It's the asymmetry in the pricing. Their text-to-speech costs, totally public. You know what you're paying.
But for video.
For video, it's a black box. There's no published rate sheet that says a 5-second clip from Sora costs X credits and one from VO 3.1 costs Y. You only find out the cost after you've picked your model and your settings.
Wow. So for you, the learner, trying to actually budget a project, that's almost impossible.
It's a huge problem. This kind of usage-based model just creates total unpredictability. You could run out of credits mid-project and have to buy more at some rate you never knew beforehand.
So they're clearly targeting creators who just value that seamless workflow over everything else.
Completely. Over cost optimization, over predictability. If you're doing large-scale production, you are paying a significant and totally opaque markup versus just going to the APIs directly.
So to sum it all up, ElevenLabs is a legitimate and, frankly, very clever aggregator. They're providing a convenient wrapper and converting their voice customers into full-stack AI customers.
The takeaway is pretty simple, You're paying ElevenLabs a premium to manage API calls you could technically make yourself. You're trading control for convenience.
Which leaves us with a provocative question for you to think about. When you're looking at these centralized AI platforms, how much is convenience really worth when it's tied to consumption rates that are completely undisclosed? Does that smooth workflow justify getting locked into an ecosystem with totally unpredictable spending? Something to mull over.